fellow cinephiles, and welcome back to the Talk Film to Me podcast, where I talk about films in Kenya, in Africa, and beyond. I'm your host, Nkatha. Let's talk film. Welcome back, everybody, to the Talk Film to Me podcast. If you're new here, my name is Gloria Nkatha. Why am I saying Gloria? Nkatha. Oh my God. See, nani ameniambia niseme hiyo jina. My name is Nkatha, and this is the Talk Film to Me podcast. And here we talk about films. Today, I have someone interesting on my seat. I can call you a film critic, yeah?
Ish.
Not ish. Let's give her the title. She's an upcoming film critic, just as I am. And she's somebody who I think I've watched like 2 of her reviews, and I was like, would be cool to have a conversation with that person. So when you reached out, I was like, here we go. So I have Vivian with me. Please say hi to our audience.
Hi guys, my name is Vivian, an upcoming film critic, as she said. But of course, I'm so much more than that. But yeah.
Please tell us the much more.
I'm a journalist by profession.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I'm in consultancy. Things just happened. But consultancy is what I do professionally. But my actual passion is in film.
I totally understand, because it's funny because I do the same thing, consultancy, but specifically social media for businesses and communication. Yourself?
Oh, wow. Not really. I just do it for specific companies, HR related.
Oh, okay, cool. When HR?
Hapana.
Unaweza niambia ukweli, imagine.
Hapana, Miss HR.
Sour.
But yeah.
All right.
Somewhere along those lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Vivian and I are going to be talking about drum rolls. Of course, you've read it somewhere in the title. Inside Job and MTV Shuga. But before we do that, let's first get to know Vivian and Cinema Meter. Let's talk about that. First of all, like, why?
Why?
I've been asked this question so many times. It feels nice to ask somebody else the same question. Why cinema media? Why film criticism? Why review films?
I think most of the time, first of all, I love watching movies. I love watching series. I love, be it local, international, I really do not care.
Yeah.
I just want to see a good story being told, and I want to see the breakdown of it. It started early, of course, when I was watching soap operas, Cartoon Network, all of that. But it really developed into something in high school when I wanted to go back to school and have something to talk about, right? Like after the holidays, I wanted to go back to school and be like, did you see this?
I found my passion. Yeah, same. Like Empire, we were...
Yeah,
I get...
Like, did you see what she did? And then luckily our school also had an entertainment program where every weekend we will get to choose like what movie the whole school will watch. And I was happy to be part of that, panel that got to like choose or suggest something that we could all watch.
Yeah.
So I started getting interested there. Then when I went to campus, I kind of pushed that aside because of studies and everything. I was more focused on the journalism bit of it. But then when I got out, I was like, it's high time you go back. Another thing that really led me to come up with Cinemameter is because every time I watched a movie or a series, I had so much to say about it. And I was like, who do I say this to? Like, I need someone to rant with or to. Like, I'm like, and then I have this friend from campus, and I feel like we had the same storyline. And I would be like, did you see this? And I would end up doing it on WhatsApp. But I want people to hear it out. I want people to hear my 2 cents.
Yeah.
I want people to hear my perspective. So it's like, you know what? Even if I can't say it to that one person who's my friend, maybe I can just try it on social media. So that's how Cinemameter was born. And I was like, as much as, because right now it's still a very small account, I just have it on Instagram. It's going to develop into something bigger, of course.
Yeah.
But as at now, I try to watch at least 4 to 5 movies or films and then review them at the end of the week. I'm trying to bulk and get a bigger perspective, watch every genre, try to get in there and see, okay, how do I feel about this? It's not just about what I love watching.
Yeah. All right. Honestly, I feel like somebody is speaking my language. I love that. All right. So let's get into it. Inside Job. First of all, what did you think about the title after watching the film and the title?
I think I came back to, it's a Kenyan show. Like, what do you expect?
What do you mean?
Like,
what do you expect?
In my head, I was like, it's an inside job. It's very literal in that sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very literal topic. And I'm like, when you see the title and then you watch the movie, you're like, okay, now I get it. Now I see why you named it that.
Yeah.
But then there's another inside job.
Yeah.
There's another
yeah.
series.
If you right now, if you go onto Netflix and you look for inside job, you will find another one before you find the Kenyan one.
Exactly. So actually the first time I was like, what do you mean inside job? And then I thought it might probably have the same storyline, but no, it was a bit different.
It was a bit different.
But literal to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So for anyone who has not watched the inside job, it's a Kenyan. I really avoid saying that, but sadly, it's a Kenyan film. It's on Netflix. It's written by Angela Ruhinda. My God. It's written by, sorry, girl. It's written by Angela Ruhinda. You have probably watched some of her other work. Married to Work, which was a collaboration between her studio and Insignia Productions. Insignia has done Single Kiasi, Kashmadi.
They've done Kashmani.
Yeah. And it was directed by Tosh.
Gitonga.
Yes. So, first of all, I'm a huge fan of Tosh's visual work. Hapo kwa story ndo atupatanangi. Honestly, I won't lie. Hapo kwa story ndo atupatanangi.
He always has the vision. But I always say this, when it comes to a good story, it goes down to the script.
It goes down to the script.
Leave alone the execution, leave alone the film work, the set. No, it's the script really and the delivery of it.
Yeah.
That's what really matters.
Yeah, I honestly agree. So every time I see Tosh as someone, I'm like, we're going to eat when it comes to the visuals. It's going to be good. The story, I don't know. Now, again, I can't blame him. I don't know whether he's a writer. I don't think he's a writer. So I can't say it's him. It's just the visual work.
It could probably be a group of people. I don't think it's like one person. Maybe somebody else puts in paragraph here, paragraph there.
So Inside Job, again, it stars Mamito and Jackie Vike and a bit of Bollywood, guys.
Actually, let me say, the thing that I loved the most about it after watching it was how the two cultures merge. You know, there's so many Indians who are born and raised in Kenya.
Yeah.
For all we know, they could identify as Kenyan.
They are Kenyan.
And I felt like they were really represented in that show. And then we had a new face, which is not really a new face, but for me, it was the first time seeing him on screen. Elias, the guy, I was like, okay. And then I went to look him up. I was like, he's been in this for quite a while now.
Yeah.
It's just the first time that we're seeing him in picture and on TV and not like behind the scenes. And I feel like he really did a good job. Shiksha Arora as well.
Shiksha too. Yeah. There were a lot of people.
Star power.
There was star power. Like this is people we've seen. I mean, we all know Mamito. We all know Jackie. My favorite performance of Jackie is from Nisisi. It's on Netflix. I think we can still I think there should be somebody who forces all Kenyans to watch Nisisi just before elections.
Yeah.
Honestly, because of the premise.
I don't think the Kenyan audience is ready to like watch local work because I talk to people a lot.
Really?
Genuinely. I know a lot of people who are huge fans of Netflix and they would only watch Kenyan work if it's made it to Netflix. But you know, most of our work is on Showmax. Most of it really is on Showmax. If something breaks out to Netflix, that's when people start raising eyebrows. They're like, okay, maybe I might give it a chance. We need more people invested so that they can learn something from it, take something from it, from people they actually know and see on a day-to-day basis.
For me, this is usually a hard topic, and it's part of why I keep doing this because I'm like, I know most Kenyans don't watch our shows, but they're watching other shows, so that means they can watch. It's just that like you said, most of our stuff is on Showmax.
Yeah.
That means it's a problem of access. Who wants to pay for Netflix when if you pay for Netflix, I'm going to borrow you your password. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And so it becomes a problem of, I don't know where to find Kenyan shows because again, access is a huge thing. I mean, if we were to get into this, honestly, I think there's no way we can talk about people not wanting to watch our stuff without talking about marketing, without talking about distribution. I don't think we can separate the two.
Okay, that really contributes hugely to the fact that people have access or not. But then when it comes to either Netflix or Showmax, I feel like it's a classist issue. Like if you have Netflix, you feel cool. You feel like, okay, I have a subscription. Because truth be told, Showmax is like way cheaper if it's in terms of affordability. Showmax is way cheaper. Like with 300 bob, you can get to watch all the local shows that you want to watch, unless like you want to watch football or something or F1.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, if someone is already paying for Netflix, they're like, I can't afford to pay for another streaming
platform.
Like, you're like, okay, no, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I think it all comes down to intentionality. Do you actually want to watch local work? Do you want to support local artists or local actors and actresses? Yeah.
Honestly, I will bring her back for this specific discussion.
Yeah.
We digress.
It's wider.
It's wide. And I feel like we'd have a really good argument. All right, let's go back to Inside Job. So what do you think about all their performances?
First of all, some jokes landed flat. Secondly, I also felt like, and I'm not throwing shade or anything.
Yeah.
Some of the accents were like overdone, like especially when Mamito was trying to fit in when they went into the party and all of that. Because for me, in my head, I'm like, you can tell this person is not from here.
Isn't that the point?
I don't know, man. I'm just like, for me, I would have preferred if she did not do the accent.
Hot take.
Yeah.
What if it's because we're used to seeing Mamito as a stand-up comedian and now she's in a film? Because for me, no shade, but it felt like watching a long-ass stand-up comedy. Like a stand-up performance. Every joke, there are some that were landing and then some you're like, oh.
Really? Did we go there?
Yeah. So is it because we're used to seeing her as a comedian on stage and then now we see her in a film and we're just like, what's happening here?
A bit cringe. But then here's the thing. The whole reason why they hired her for the role is because she is a comedian. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
She is a comedian. So they wanted that comedic,
I guess so, yeah.
There.
Yeah.
But then I think they had really good chemistry with Jackie. Genuinely speaking.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was looking around, I'm like, who else? Like this was a dynamic duo that we didn't know we needed.
Yeah.
And the timing of it, I think the time it came out is when Kenyans were on the streets. Kenyans were very angry. I was like, this is actually something
June
to
14th.
smile about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this is something to smile about. The timing of it was perfect. Some of the lines were not delivered very well. And I feel like the storyline, it contributes to classism as well. Like, the way like Indians are considered, of the upper class. And then Africans are like, but then a love story was born out of that because I was like, rich girl, rich boy, poor girl. I'm like, okay, here we go. Here we go.
Oh my God. I don't know. Do you think sometimes people just want to watch such stories or we've overdone them so far?
No, I think... Speaking as a Kenyan, I think we've had a very long trail of, I'm so mad, I'm so angry, I just need to, decompress and be like, chill.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's such a good outlet. Some people decompress by like listening to sad songs, watching sad films, and I feel like they felt represented. But this particularly was not a sad film.
It wasn't sad.
Yeah,
it was actually a happy
funny
film. Yeah, it was funny. Yeah. It's something that I think you sit and watch at the end of the day when you're tired and you want something completely brainless.
Yeah. You don't want to struggle. You
do not want to use you're not going to use your brain for Inside Job.
You can go to the kitchen, take some juice or something, come back. You will not miss a thing. You'll still be fine.
Honestly, yeah. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I agree with what she said, like 100%.
It's a feel good movie.
it's-
It's something that you want to put where you don't you don't want to use your brain. You want to
Yeah,
chill,
yeah.
relax, laugh at the one-liners, and you'll be good to go.
Right.
Honestly.
The cinematography, what do you think about it?
I don't want to say I have a lot to say. I actually feel like they really tried. Especially the night scenes. The night scenes, I feel like they were well portrayed, because most night scenes are like, we're not able to either see the character or we're seeing shadows to shoot, or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
and
really
then
hard to shoot at night.
Because they had Indians and black people.
Exactly.
Do you know how hard it is to light such a set?
Exactly.
Without, hey, you think it's hard to
With
light
a
a set
totally,
with a
like,
light-skinned person and a dark person. Now a white person, like brown person, because Asians are brown, yeah?
Yeah.
And then a black person. Where?
I think they did a good job with the lighting, especially for the night scenes. And again, it goes back to class, like the way they brought ghetto people, they brought black people, they brought Indian people, and we're all just partying. We're having fun.
Yeah.
I really, really loved that. That's the part that I most enjoyed about this film. Yeah.
Honestly, I agree. I was just like, yeah, now that you're saying it that way, I guess I hadn't clocked it, but now I'm like, yeah, by the way, class was a thing, because basically the story is this lady. Hata tujapeana rundown. Sorry. We were excited.
We just assumed they have watched it.
If you haven't watched it, end to watch.
You need to.
Yeah. And no, ila siku stressed after work, just go sit down and then watch it. It's about this lady who was a housekeeper for this Indian man, and then she was accused of stealing something, and she was fired. And then now her daughter and the niece team up to go and ask for her retirement benefits.
Exactly.
Pension. It's called pension. So no. Why did I say retirement benefits? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
And then this man chases them away, and then they make a plot to go and steal. So no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pension was denied, and then they decided to just take matters into their own hands.
Then they find out later that the most trusted person is the one who was stealing, and it's not him. And then the daughter of this housekeeper falls in love with the son of the boss.
Yeah.
And they're Indian and black. And apparently they sort of grew up together because they used to play together when they were children. So typical love story of rich boy, poor girl, but it's Indian and Kenyan, which first of all, we know that such marriages are not very often. Yeah.
It's looked down
not
upon.
often. I once dated an Indian person. And where?
What were you thinking?
Allegedly, but what are you doing with that girl?
No. It actually happens.
Yeah, it does happen. I only thought this happened in movies until I was like, hiya.
And trust me.
I thought I was light-skinned. I thought I was
You don't have to spend your whole life trying to prove yourself to your in-laws.
Yeah, or trying to fit in. Yeah.
Don't do it. Just
so it was interesting to see that kind of story. I mean, I think I don't think there's a problem of this kind of intermarriages. They should be accepted more often. So if we were to talk about whether that was a theme that actually says something, I think that relationship did say something. Although I have a problem with how they fell in love. I was just like, okay, sawa basi, ni telenovela, fine,
but I think
okay.
it was more nostalgic, because I think they were just remembering how they grew up and all of that. And they were like, so why not? We're here now.
Yeah.
Like, why not? Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about that fall into the pool?
I think it was specifically just to show us how okay, you know this
Did
guy.
you cringe? No, let me just go direct to did you cringe when you saw that part? I was like,
I was like, it's in a lot of talent. We needed that savior. Like, what is it called? I'm forgetting the name of it. I want to call it a savior complex. Like, we needed to see that from the guy, and also to see this other side of the former girlfriend, if I could call her that.
Yeah.
Like, see how jealous she is or whatever, or like the extent to which she's willing to go.
Yeah.
I think they just needed to portray that, and they thought, okay, a fall would be great.
You know, I'm sorry, guys. It was very Bollywood for me. I have nothing against Bollywood. I grew up watching Bollywood
Because the
films.
dances were included.
The dances were
Yeah.
like it's a proper Kenyan Bollywood film. I'm like, wow, so interesting. Anyway, let's rate it out of 10. Bop or flop?
Genuinely, for me,
Mm.
it was a bop. I will give it a bop because I laughed. They achieved that because it's a comedy, right? If a comedy is not making you laugh, then that's a flop. If I ended up laughing, then that's a bop for me. Secondly, they also address all these other things that we're seeing, the cultural intermarriages. They also address that. So that's another bop for me.
Okay.
The only flops I have were just some lines fell flat. The accent thing, which really don't take anything away from that because a movie cannot be like perfect. Yeah. And
we
also,
all hope it would be, but yeah,
for me, it was a 10 over 10, honestly.
Really?
Yes. It was a 10. I would watch it again.
I'm the bad person here.
No, you're not. Just go ahead. I want to hear from you.
Before I give my bop or flop, the makeup on the old guy. Bop or flop?
That was a flop. That was a flop. Even on Jackie, because I was like, wait, did Jackie have the same hairstyle the whole time?
I think she
like,
did.
Do something, man. Because like I feel like she was the same through and through as opposed to Mamito. Like I feel like Mamito did a couple of wardrobe changes, hair here. But for Jackie, it was pretty random, pretty flat through and through. And I felt like maybe if they switch it up just a little bit.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Somebody who's done wardrobe before, now I'm seeing the point. I can see what you're saying. But again, I'm also asking myself, was this part of the story to try and tell something? Because Mamito was what was her name in the film? We don't even remember.
Me too, I don't remember.
But she was going out on dates, meeting new people. So she needed to switch up every now and then.
But I also think
for
in that same breath, maybe they wanted it to be, he fell in love with her in the rawness of it all.
Okay,
like she didn't need to like go all extra and do her makeup and like get new wardrobe. Maybe that's what they wanted us to see.
Yeah. All right. So for me, I'm in between a bop and a flop, guys. I'm literally in the middle. It's a 5 for me.
Ooh, that's a huge rift.
It was funny. I laughed, you know. I liked their performances. They got me out of it, but I was just like, I don't know how to feel. Maybe my perspective will change.
Critic.
I'm not a harsh critic.
You
oh my God. Fine. 6.5. I'm twisted. Okay.
And that's out of 10, yeah?
Yes, that's out of 10. Because honestly, I think the highest I've ever given is like a 9. That was really good. I don't think I've ever gotten to a 10.
I think I'm less
like you said, we'll never get like a perfect film.
Yeah,
There's always be something that
we
because we're individuals and we want to see different things and we have different opinions and we want things to look differently.
And you know the good thing is they can do an inside job too. And that would be like another chance to correct all the other things that they, you know?
Yeah. So if an Inside Job 2 came out, I would watch it. I would watch it.
Me too. I would love to see where that story went.
Yeah. I would like to know what the father thinks.
I'd like to see some babies.
Yo.
I'd like to see some babies, honestly. If at all there's going to be an Inside Job.
But I'd like to see what Mr. Carrier thinks now that... And then why didn't you say, Ma, that this babes came to your father's house and stole the money?
Why were you quiet the whole time? And I'm
why I'm giving my flops? I'm like, these are all things you didn't tie up in the end. Yeah, but maybe they were meant to be left open-ended like that.
In the storyline. But I think if you're not looking too closely, as you said, like you want to watch it when your brain is like dead, I think you will miss on those things. Yeah, you'll be like, as long as I'm happy, as long as we're flowing,
Okay, agreed. All right, so it's you're standing with your 10.
Yes, 10 over 10, Bob for me. I'll watch it again. I'll watch an Inside Job too.
I will also watch an Inside Job too, but I'm at 6.5. All right, let's move to the next one. MTV Shuga. This one has caused a lot of stir online. There was this babe who did a video and I was just like,
I also know there's this other guy, Stans. I don't know if you know of
Yeah,
him.
Stan's a good
Yeah,
friend
he
of
also
mine.
did a video on YouTube reviewing MTV Shuga.
Yeah.
But he did it at one go. Like he reviewed he watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
And my reviews were like episode by episode because they came out every week. I was like, no worries.
Wait, do you prefer watching something episodically or after it's all come out, like per episode or at the end, like with everything at a go in one sitting?
I think it depends.
Okay.
Because for shows where every episode comes out weekly, I'm watching it and reviewing it episode by episode.
Damn.
I'm not that patient. I'm not waiting for the whole thing to end so that I can review it. But if I find, let's say I found MTV Shuga with all 8 episodes. Let's say I hadn't watched it before. And I'm like, okay, let me now watch it at one go. Then I can do it.
Okay.
I think it depends. The timing really, really matters for me.
I honestly prefer, like, give me the whole thing. Let me watch it. Because with MTV Shuga, and this was like my problem for it, I will never judge a film or based on like the first episode because it could go anywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
It could bob somewhere in the middle and then flop at the end. Or it could flop at the beginning and then bob at the end. So I really refrain from giving reviews or like passing judgment like from the first. I'm like, let me wait and see where this is going. So that's what I did with MTV Shuga. So for the first episode, I was like, we've been sort of introduced into the story. It feels very rushed. The pacing was like really pop, like really fast. And then there was the end. And I was just like, wow.
I think...
But let's hear what you think.
Yes, here's what I think. First of all, I rated the episodes separately.
Okay.
And then I had my 2 cents for the whole film
thing.
now.
All right, let's do it.
I wanted to rate the episode separately because I genuinely wanted to show my raw reaction. Because the previous episode, I'll be like, okay, maybe she will do this. And then the next episode, I'm like, no, she didn't. She did something totally different.
Yeah.
So I want that wow factor in my reviews. But that aside.
Okay.
Let me tell you what I thought of the whole thing.
Okay.
I felt like there was so much pressure. And I'm not saying I'm not saying this because I talked to the producers or whatever. This is just my take from what I saw as a viewer.
Yeah.
Right? There was so much pressure to match the other Shugas. Right?
Undeniably, yes.
There was so much pressure to match the other Shugas and to also recreate some of the scenes, like the highway thing.
The homemade scene of Nairobi. Yeah.
Yes. But I felt like that was a good thing.
It was good. I like that scene.
If you are an avid watcher of Shuga, you'll be like, okay, nostalgic. I'm sat. I will watch this. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Secondly, it's still very... And I understand the bane of MTV Shuga is like young life and campus life and whatever. But I wish they would have, what is it called? I wish they would have just kidogo gone into the workplace. I know it's mostly in the campus, scenario and scenes, most scenes were shot there. Maybe this would have digressed from the actual original storyline. But I'm like, so many young people nowadays work in an office setting or wherever they are, and they still need to get educated on this, as much as yes, because for me, I'm watching it right now. I was in campus like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
You see, I don't really resonate in that way. Like most of the things they're going through, I'm like, okay, been there, done that. Like, now as a person who's working in a corporate setting, what am I getting from that? Maybe I'm not the target audience, but you for sure 100%. Need me to watch your film. But you for sure need me to watch your film.
Maybe as a secondary audience.
Yeah. So in that sense, I didn't feel very represented. But generally speaking, I loved it.
Okay.
I will not say I didn't. I really loved it. And I feel like it's talking about real issues.
Yeah.
Real issues affecting people. The most interesting thing about this film is not just entertaining. It's educating as well.
Yeah.
And they have MTV Shuga Extended. I was so surprised when I saw this. They have MTV Shuga Extended where if you're actually going through these things that they're portraying in the film, you can call a therapist. They have people you can talk to.
Yeah.
So this goes beyond film. That's another thing that I really, really loved about it.
Yeah.
This goes beyond film. It's not just about, CS, we're doing this, I was dating him, he was dating me. No, it's an impact making film.
It's very impactful because of the story. Even from the previous Shuga, I remember how they used to be very, what is the word? they used to talk about sex a lot and talk
Explicit,
about
yeah.
explicit. And at the time, I think they were the only show in Kenya
That
which was that
being that
open,
explicit for sure.
about sex and condoms and protection. I was like, okay, this is cool. So with season 2, with now this new one, I was just like, well, you definitely have a lot of pressure to now match up. So I get when you
Absolutely.
say they had pressure,
Mhm.
I agree. Now I want to sort of first ask this as a question before basing it as an opinion. Do you think it was relatable to people in campus right now? Because that's like the hugest bit of contention with most viewers. People are saying, "I CG, it looks like something from Maju," and others are like, "No, but campus is like this." I'm like, I can see it. From my opinion, I can see it, but it feels maybe like a USIU sort of. I was at UON, nothing fancy, just stayed. Literally, I used to stay in the hostel, so nothing fancy again. So it's just like, yes, nika campus, like naona vitu na relate to, but it's sort of a bit ramped up. I'm like, I don't know, maybe campus is like this nowadays. I don't know.
I don't think campus is like this nowadays because I have a younger sister who's just from campus. And
Yeah.
trust me, it is not like that. It's giving grownish. It's giving, it's giving, because I'm like, first of all, our hostels are not that big, girl. Secondly, did we really dress like that? Like most of them were like pretty stylish and all of that. I feel like the setup was a bit upper class.
Yeah.
Not like
It's
the
not
actual,
a public, it's we can agree it doesn't look like a public uni.
Absolutely.
It's a private
Because
uni.
I was in MMU. I don't know if MMU is actually a public uni. And we did not even have that. Okay. We had I think different levels to hostels.
Yeah.
Like there were people who lived at the penthouse. Maybe if you lived at the penthouse, you even had permission to like redecorate your walls or whatever. So it depends on the level of hostels that you were in.
Yeah.
So again, it all comes down to the money because if you're living in a penthouse, you're definitely paying more per semester to stay there. So there was that. But then look at people who are like, let's say in Kisii University or Masai Mara or like this just regular unis, you know? How are they relating?
They're not going to relate to it,
Yeah.
even though they are the target audience.
Yes.
Honestly, that was like, I like what you're trying to do, but make it a bit raw. Make it relatable to the normal campus going student. And right now, the economy is not as it was before. So there are a few things which affect, money affects everything.
Absolutely.
So if you portray a life that I do not live, immediately you have removed me from relating to that. Let's just move quickly to the end. What do you think about the last episode?
Oh my God.
You?
MTV Shuga. First of all, okay, I love the plot twist that the guy is the one who's been doing this the whole time. I mean, the last few episodes we were like, I found him very trustworthy. I was even on his side. I was like, him really, like, why is the dad bullying him or whatever? Like, you know? And then later when I realized, okay, he's the guy behind the online personality or other persona. And then later on I realized, okay, he does this to kids as well. I think there was a shock factor there. They really did achieve that.
Honestly, I think the only reason that was there, I have a problem with that. I don't like such tropes because I can tell that was there basically for the shock factor. In my opinion, I'm like, no, you guys wanted to shock us with this. Imagine you're like, guy, no, it kills. What's the word that I'm going to use? It's an anticlimax.
I don't know.
Because it's like, boom, this is what we wanted to show you guys. Like, yeah, react to that. I'm like, and then we're out.
We're like, so, bye, see you again.
First, it gives them a chance, of course, to come back now with the second season because I know they're currently shooting season 2.
I really hope so.
So I hope it's good. Find a way to pick that up and mesh the story. In my opinion, mesh the story in such a way that, yes, you're giving us plot twists, but not a big shock factor that we can tell. You were stringing us all along just to give us a shock factor at the end.
This guy. Yeah.
I was just like, no. I see what you're trying to do. It's how you've done it that I don't agree with.
But most shows try to leave you the cliffhanger so that you can like hang on to that and then wait for season 2. I see that.
Yeah.
But I also feel like in terms of hitting the themes they wanted to, like the sex, the HIV and AIDS, they really did that.
Yeah.
They genuinely did that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, we'll give them that and we'll end the conversation here because I think Vivian and I can talk for hours.
For sure.
Rapid fire questions. No, first of all, give me a hot take.
On
Something, anything, but of course about the film industry. Doesn't have to be about the Kenyan film industry, but generally about the film industry.
I will talk about the Kenyan film industry.
Good.
I feel like the Kenyan film industry, I think like 2 years back, we had gotten to a point where we're like, oh my God, we are tired of seeing the same faces on screen. And then I think producers, whatever, writers took it up and they were like, okay, we're going to give you new faces. And then they gave us new faces. But now I'm like, we're headed there. We're getting to a point where we'll be like, we're still seeing the same faces. Or if it's not the same faces, it's proteges of the same faces. Like somebody who had been on screen for so long is now probably a director or a producer. And that toxicity still is there. So as much as we have elevated it in the sense that we're like, we want to see new faces, we want to see new faces. We want to see new faces every other time. We just don't want to see new faces for the next 10 years. You know, that's my hot take. I feel like there has been an improvement in terms of we hear you, we hear the audience, we're not going to cast the same old people. But then for how long? We need to see a sort of a dynamic nature in the film industry.
Okay.
And not just for actors, even for writers. As you said, like once you know it's Tosh, you're like, okay, I know his style. We need to see more script writers. We need to see more producers, not the same. Because producers really actually take it far. They're like, I was here. And I'm like, it's the same thing. You're just replicating. Because, I mean, every producer has a different style.
Yeah, and they should, yeah.
But then I should be able to see your style in every film that you produce, right?
Yeah.
But then when that gets monotonous, now we need to see new scripts, new faces. Just apart from the actors, the people who are behind the scenes, we want to see different. Yeah.
I had a different hot take, but now that you said that, I'll leave it as a question to Vivian and to you as the audience. Do you think we have a story issue or because we are casting the same people for the same story? All right.
And you know the thing that comes just to add on, the thing that comes to that is, the things that comes with that is that you're like, just as an example, you're like, I know her, I've seen her before, I think she will kill it in this role, without necessarily knowing that you're bringing the same thing that she portrayed in the previous film.
And the previous film and the previous
film. And like, bring something new. Yeah.
Agreed. All right. 3 rapid fire questions. What are you currently watching?
Ooh. Do I want to tell you what I'm currently watching? I'm watching Dexter Resurrection.
Dexter.
Okay, so Dexter is a whole series. First of all, it came out, it's about this serial killer who never gets caught. So they did 8 seasons. I watched all of that. Then they did a sequel called Dexter New Blood. 8 episodes. I watched all of that. Now they have a third sequel.
Where do I find this?
Called Dexter Resurrection. It is not on Netflix.
Okay.
It is on Prime Time.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I'm currently watching. Or were you like speaking more locally?
That was 1. 2, no, what are you watching that is local? African?
Yes, absolutely. I'm watching Reckless. I don't know if you've heard of Reckless.
On Showmax, yes.
Yes, I'm currently watching Reckless and Mommy Club.
Ah, yeah.
I love reality as well.
Honestly, I won't
reality.
lie, but I'm sort of enjoying Mommy Club.
Me too.
I don't want to admit it, but I sort of am.
I was so happy when they were like, we're bringing the franchise to Kenya. I was like, I want to see more mummies in there. I hope because the reunion is this Friday, actually. I cannot wait. The reunion is this Friday. And then
by the time this goes up, I think it will have already
we're gonna
come
know
out. But
if they're going to bring more new mummies in season 2. But yeah.
Hopefully there's a season 2.
So that's what I'm watching locally and internationally as well.
All right. Those are 2, yeah? Last film or series that made you cry?
Ooh. Wait, what? Let me see. What have I watched that has made me cry? I rarely cry. Let's start there.
Yeah?
Seriously, I rarely cry. And this was like ages ago. And it's because it's my favorite film of all time. And because it's my comfort show. I always watch and rewatch it. And every time I do it, I cry. If I need a good cry, I watch it.
I know
It's
how to
called
make you cry.
Me Before You.
Aww.
Yeah, I cry all the time when I watch that film. So that's the last time I cried. And this was like in January because I watched it at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's all. Please let the audience know where we can find you and your work and your reviews.
For sure. Okay, so I am on Instagram as @IamBosibori. And on my bio, you will find my other page where I actually do reviews. It's called Cinemamita. Basically, I mean, it's like a meter. That's what I thought. I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. I hope that sounds cool to you. But yeah, you'll find it on my bio. But basically, I am Bosibori on Instagram. I am Bosibori on TikTok. I am Bosibori on Twitter and then I lost my account. So now I
lost my account too. Like, Elon, please just give us our accounts back.
Now I use my actual name, which is Vivian Obino. But yeah, not very active on Twitter. Instagram is where it's at.
Me too, man. Honestly, me too.
And the fact that I still call it Twitter, like it's X.
Girl, how old are you? I thought I was older. But anyway, thank you so much. I will put all her tags in the description box. Please, guys, share, subscribe, and let us know which films you'd want us to talk about next in the next episode. And we have something important to announce. So henceforth, every end of the month, every last episode of the month, we will be asking one of you, anyone from our audience, to come and co-host the show here, and we can talk about the films. And if you prefer writing, you can also do the same. I will leave a link of how you can get to us in the description box as well. But otherwise, this is all for now. Thank you so much, Vivian, for coming. I would like to argue with this girl a good one because I can see where we agree and where we don't agree. I think it would be juicy.
There's a really huge rift. And when I say you are a harsh critic, you are.
Harsh.
You are, girl. But it's fine. Story for another day.
We'll argue if I'm harsh or truthful. But anyway, story for another day. Thank you so much for watching. Till the next episode. Bye.
Bye.